Yo, morning, morning. Wait, it's 5:30. Wow, dude. I didn't know we were changing the start time, which I'm slow today. I'm sorry. 5:30, man. You've been ready for a long time, dude. I'm glad. I'm glad you anticipate the stream that much, dude. That's awesome. What's up, buddy? Sorry, slow morning, dude. I didn't sleep very well last night. Real slow morning, dude. What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Day 8 of Witcher, yeah? Day 8. I'm having a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun. More questing, more monster slaying, more more looting and Gwent. More Gwent. After gaming news, as we do, right? Let's get in it. Let's go ahead and hop in here and start up our gaming news. Let's go. Yeah, sorry, I got the stream started a little bit late, man. Kind of a rough morning for me. I do apologize. Let's hop in here. Let's get my camera fixed. Whoa. That should do it. Cool. Okay. I'm not going to read into this. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Unity merger under fire for Iron Source's malware ties. See what's up there. Next AC game will reportedly be set in Baghdad. See what's up there. You know what this is? This is an example of people um, just wasting money. That's why I'm not going to read into this. Um, if this is true, it was a rig gifted to him by a Twitch streamer. A PC worth $8,000, man, just for somebody to use for web browser based gaming. What a waste! What a flippin' waste, dude. So stupid. TMNT Shredder's Revenge sells what? We'll see. We'll see what's up there. Telling Lies devs new game Immortality delayed to August. Okay. Yeah, the Prime free Prime games are gone. At least the ones that were there through for Prime Day, like Mass Effect Legendary Edition. What was there? There was Need for Speed, Grid, and some Star Wars games, plus a bunch of indie games. Those are probably no longer available. We've read a bunch of the Prime deals, so I'm not going to dive into that. We've already talked a lot about that previous couple of news segments. Go back and look at those on YouTube if you're interested. Sega's Mini 2 launches in October with more power and over 50 games. We had heard that was coming, but I don't think we had an official release date yet, so let's take a look. Yeah, we read about this yesterday too. Metal Gear Games. So for again, if you're looking for a detailed article read about what has happened, what is currently happening, look at yesterday's news segment, July 13th. But basically, what's going down is at the end of last year, many of the Metal Gear Solid games had to be delisted because some of the historical footage that had been used in a lot of the games was no longer able to. It was not licensed anymore by the dev. So the games, the digital games, had to be delisted from online shops. They had to work to get the licensing back, but we saw a tweet yesterday basically stating that it was in the works. They should be coming back, and that's basically where we're at. They are coming back. Let's take a look real quick, make sure they don't have any dates. Yeah. Yeah, preparations are underway to bring the games back. That's what we saw yesterday as well. So no specific dates yet. I'm sure we'll see it whenever they get a date for the games to be relisted for sale. So we'll keep tabs. Let's see. PS Plus Premium reveals new free games for July. We've probably already seen what these games are. We'll take a quick peek, see if there's anything new coming that we haven't seen yet. Pop into page 4. Talked a lot about Neon White. The game seems amazing, especially if you're a speedrunner. Uh, Even if not, just supposed to be some really, really fun gameplay there. FPS card based game. Over 50 Ubisoft games coming to PS Plus Extra. Okay. Yo, Wick, what's up, dude? What's up, broski? All right, let's pivot real quick. Sorry you were waiting an hour and a half early, and then I was late. Hooking up to a trailer. Word. You're good. We're just pulling up articles right now, man. You are all good, buddy. A super fan collected every Super Nintendo game manual. That's actually really wild. I'm not gonna read into that, but that's really cool. What? May have, or like just kind of yoinked it and is telling you that I may have bought you one. That can be taken a lot of different ways, yeah? Wait, yeah. No, I don't want to pay anything. You bought it for me, right? Yeah, we are going to have a stacked October release. We're actually planning on playing Scorn, which is supposed to be releasing in October. We'll take a look at that. You ride it there. Is that what you told him? Please tell me you told him. It's a riding lawnmower. You got to ride it here. How to get a gaming tattoo you won't hate next year. Yo, I'm actually going to bring that up. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. Yeah, it's not, that's the wrong way to look at it. It's the journey, right? And he's getting to come see you, bring you something that will that you need. Right, yeah. Meet some people, mow their lawns. It's a win-win, dude. It's a win-win. Lollipop Chainsaw remake producer addresses concerns and changes. Let's take a look and see what's going on there. I mean, we just saw that announcement like what 2 weeks ago that Lollipop Chainsaw had been announced as getting remade. So let's see what's going on with that. Nintendo to acquire Dynamo Pictures and rebrand it. Didn't mean to left click that. There we go. We'll read about that. This was actually really cool. We watched this what 2 or 3 days ago. There was a Brazilian like convention, gaming convention, developer convention held in Brazil, and one of the developers that was presenting actually started off with a slide, and then the very next slide changed everything to basically like be a slam against NFTs and blockchain Web3, play to earn kind of stuff, and it was pretty great, pretty great. Evil Dead has released an Army of Darkness update. Cool. We'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. Let's see what we got here. PS Plus Premium reveals new free games for July. So Sony has revealed the new list of games that will be joining PS Plus Premium and Extra for the month of July. In total, PS Plus will be adding well over a dozen new games for premium and extra subscribers next week on July 19th. This lineup is most notably headlined by Stray, Final Fantasy VII Integrate, and 5 different games from the Assassin's Creed series. We kind of already knew that. In addition, 2 Saints Row titles are also being added prior to the franchise's new rebooted installment releases next month. I think we had seen there was some rumors going around that was probably going to be the play, because Saints Row is going to be releasing like a couple months from now, the new Saints Row, and it was just going to be a good play. To go along with all these games, PS Plus Premium subscribers in particular will be able to get some new classic titles to play. These games include No Heroes Allowed and Loco Roco Midnight Carnival. Both titles were previously released on Sony's handheld platform, the PSP. No other games from the PS1, PS2, or PS3 eras are being added this month. Full list of everything coming. Stray, Final Fantasy VII Integrate and Remake, Marvel's Avengers, Assassin's Creed Unity, Black Flag, Rogue Remastered, Freedom City, and the Ezio Collection. You've got Saints Row 4 Re-Elected, Saints Row Gat Out of Hell, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition, Ice Age Scratch Nutty Adventure, Jumanji the video game, Paw Patrol on a Roll, and Ready Set Heroes. There you go. There you go. Over 50 Ubisoft games coming to PS Plus Extra Premium by the end of 2022. Ubisoft has made more than 50 of its games lined up for PS Plus Extra and PS Plus Premium through the Ubisoft Classics program, all of which will be part of the service by the end of this year. 27 titles were included during the launch of the PS Plus refresh, and another 4 will be added next week with the July 2022 refresh. That leaves at least another 19 PS5, PS4, and PS4 games for the rest of the year. The other possible PS5, PS4 game inclusions are AC Syndicate, Far Cry 5 and 6, Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint, Rainbow Six Siege, Riders Republic, The Division 2, Watch Dogs 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. You can check out a full list of all the PS Plus games through the link, see what you can start playing today. So I'll link this. That way, if anybody's interested, you can take a look, okay? There you go. Okay. So almost every year we go through times where there is considered to be a bit of a video game drought, as it were, right? Meaning we don't have a whole lot of big anticipated releases or anything like that. And usually it's in the middle of the year. That's usually when it happens. The first of the year, usually we get some hyped up releases, and then towards the end of the year, there's some more hyped up releases. So usually like October, November, and then around February, March, April, right? And then kind of the middle of the year kind of tends to slow down a bit. Not always, but that tends to be the case, kind of. Yeah, this isn't a new phenomenon in the games market. A lot of publishers target a holiday season release date for new games. This year, there are 12 big releases to look out for in October. The other thing to keep in mind is the video game industry kind of largely runs on a fiscal year that is different from a calendar year. So fiscal year for much of the gaming industry runs from like a April 1st through a March 31st kind of time frame. So quite often, what video game companies will do, developers will do, publishers and things like that, they will release games outside of Gamer. What's up, man? Good morning. They will release games in a February, March timeframe as well, even though that's not necessarily holiday season. They'll release games right then too to kind of boost what their fiscal year profit looks like, right? Usually it'll be like a February, early March to kind of get, if it's a highly anticipated game and stuff, it'll help boost what their fiscal year margins look like. Yeah. This year, there are 12 big releases to look out for in October, leaving just a handful of major releases for the November and December months. For this October, we'll be seeing the following major releases: Overwatch 2, Marvel's Midnight Suns, A Plague, 2 more days of work than vacation. Let's go, gamer. How long do you get vacation for, dude? Plague Tale Requiem, Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Persona 5 Royale, Yeah, this is a port to other platforms for Persona 5. It's coming to Xbox, PC, and Switch. Scorn on October 21st, which is good for us. We're gonna play. Dude, I've been waiting on Scorn for a long time. Hopefully, Scorn releases in a very good state. If it does, we will play it right away. What the plan is for us is to go Dead Space 1, 2, 3, and then play Scorn. As long as Scorn comes out in a pretty good, nice state. Call of Duty, you ready for that? Yeah. Gotham Knights, High on Life, Star Ocean, The Divine Force, Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty, and Resident Evil Village. Really, you're hyped for Call of Duty, Wick? 9 days total? Sick, man. GG's, man. Awesome. Yo, if you just called in today and tomorrow, that's 11 days of vacation. I'm just kidding, dude. Don't listen to me. Oh, okay. I was going to say, Call of Duty is usually November. Yeah. Well, it's like basically November. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a few days before November, so tomato, I guess. But I quit. I don't know, man. The I remember back whenever I used to get a bit hyped about Call of Duty and Battlefield games, man. But it's such a long time ago now. I just don't. They just haven't been producing anything worth getting hyped about, in my opinion, for a long time. So just seems like they just lean on that name, man. Just lean on that name. Oh, is that what it is? So they're about a month early then. Yeah, 3 weeks early, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I even I even bought into one. The last one I bought into, I pre-purchased, dude, was like, God, when was that? Is that it? Yeah, I think this was it. Maybe. Yeah, it was around like 2016, 2017, I think. And I played it for a little bit and I was just like, well, this is meh. It's like I'm kind of done with this. I played it a little bit, but I just wasn't all that impressed. So, and as I've kept up with like what they've had to offer and content wise and their release the state of the games on their releases and stuff, I've just been less and less impressed with what they've had to offer, honestly. Even though I haven't really played them, just because I like to stay up to date on the industry and stuff. I don't know. Um, if the lineup wasn't stacked enough already, we'll also be seeing titles like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, God of War Ragnarok in November, Skull and Bones, first weeks of November. Recent rumors also indicate that Ubisoft will be slotting a new Assassin's Creed game into the schedule at some point, too. God, dude, the number of Assassin's Creed games is just insane, isn't it? Of course, all this is bearing any potential delays. There is a chance one or two games on this list will slip into November or December to avoid the crowded schedule. Recently, Square Enix delayed Forspoken out of 2022, seemingly to avoid releasing in close proximity to God of War. Could have been that. Could have been the fact that it's just not ready. Forspoken was supposed to release at the beginning of 2022. It was supposed to release in March. And then they delayed it to what? September or October. And then they delayed it again to 2023. So to blame it on God of War I don't know that I trust that. I don't know that I trust that. Really liking the fighter class in Dragon's Dogma. I am not sure if it's really beneficial to change classes. A trophy after. Dude, I changed through most of the classes as I played through the game. I think I played every single one of them, really. And I enjoyed all of them quite a bit. I can't remember which one I liked the most, but I played through all of them. And I felt like all were pretty viable. It just depends on what you enjoy playstyle wise, I think. So there we go. Really looking forward to scoring. I hope it's good. They've been working on that for a long time. Yeah. That's yeah, that's a good point there, gamer. I don't know, man. Um, Especially with it being a new subscription service, right? I'm sure we'll find out before too long. Once they start delisting games and stuff, we'll get a good taste of how long they're planning on leaving certain games up. Yeah. Um, how to get a gaming tattoo you won't hate next year, according to artists. 5 years ago, I had a terrible idea. I wanted a Bioshock tattoo obsessively. It's extremely easy to get a dumb tattoo, and it's way more difficult to remove it. You're better off just getting it right the first time. If you've been mulling the idea of getting a gaming themed tattoo, here, courtesy of tattoo artists who actually know their crap, is everything you need to know before taking the plunge. Research the artist. Yes. Bonus points if the artist knows your favorite games. Yes. Set aside enough money. Yes. Look, here's one thing people need to understand. If you don't really have tattoos, okay, there is kind of like a an unwritten kind of code that goes along with um, getting work done, right? If you're hoping for quality work, you're looking at a couple $100 minimum for a smaller tattoo. A larger piece, say something that runs the span of your forearm, could run up to 1,000. Sleeves, which typically require multiple sessions, can be several grand. This is going to vary depending on, you know, quality of artist, where you live, right? Um, Prices are going to vary. But this is actually a pretty good estimate, especially if you're going to be getting into getting some decent to good quality work done on yourself by a good artist. Once you've settled on design, artists will quote you a price range. Ultimate cost is dependent on a number of factors, including the artist's time and the amount of ink used for the piece. Be sure to set aside enough money plus a 20% tip, at least calculated per the high end of the quote. Make sure to pay in cash. Many shops will accept card payments. They'll tack on credit card surcharges of 8 to 10%. That is absolutely correct. Not a terrible markup for everyday expenses, but a pretty big ding when you're talking about a triple or quadruple figure item. Yes. So, in all my experience, this is always the case. Use cash and just tip your artist. Tip your artist. I usually anytime so what'll usually happen is, especially on the bigger pieces that I've had done, you'll pay in increments, right? So it's not like a lump sum. It's like you'll set up to have, especially if you're getting bigger pieces done, you might have to get like 3 to 4 sessions taken care of. Each session is going to cost a certain amount of that quoted, price. So I will always pay. There's usually like a receptionist or whatever. You finish your session, you go to the receptionist, you pay for whatever that session was supposed to cost. Then I will go back to the artist, tell them thank you again, and then I will tip them that amount of money that around the 20% or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, so especially on a bigger piece that you're getting done, um, tipping tells that artist that you appreciate what they're doing, and especially when they know that you're going to be coming back to get more work done, that just drives home the fact that they know that you appreciate what they're doing, and it makes them want to make sure that they are working hard to give you the best piece of artwork that they can. And it's going to be on you for life. You want that. You want the best piece of art on you that money can buy. Okay. Um, so I will also tell you this: what they're talking about up here about finding a good artist. Finding a good artist is important. I think one of the other things they hit on, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but another thing they probably hit on here is they're talking specifically about video game tattoos, right? So finding an artist that potentially is into video games and everything as well is very important. Anytime I am thinking about getting a piece, like a new piece done, some tattoo work, and I have an idea, and I think I found an artist that I want to do it, I'll set up an appointment to go see the artist. I will speak to them about my vision for what I want to have done, and try to make sure I get that point across, and then ask them if they are interested in doing that work for me. Because if they're not interested in creating that piece of work on me, it's not a win. I want that artist to be interested in creating that piece of work. Otherwise, I don't feel like it's necessarily something that's going to turn out to be something I'm going to be as happy with an artist that is going to be excited about doing that piece of work. You know what I mean? So I think that's also something important to keep in mind. And remember, this is something that's going to be on you forever, unless you want to pay to have it removed, and that is very painful and very expensive as well. So, um, know the limit. Skin isn't paper or a digital display, and a lot of digital content doesn't exactly transfer. With any medium changeover, you want to know what works within the parameters of each field. Tattoo art isn't a digital medium and shouldn't be approached as such, right? Most artists will mock up potential artwork in a graphic design program before turning it into a tattoo. Pixel art may look amazing in an artist's rendering, but unless you're working with a highly specialized artist like the globe-trotting Youthless, who's known for vividly colored, retro-inspired pieces, it doesn't always carry over well to skin. Same goes for other common styles of art, whether it's intricately detailed landscapes or spitting image photorealistic faces. Yeah, like getting people that, like artists, there are a lot of artists out there that are really, really good at doing portraits on drawing portraits or painting portraits and stuff, but transferring that specialty into tattoo work is a completely different thing. It's completely different. And there are some tattoo artists out there that are amazing at doing portraits. They really are. But it's a whole different thing, man. Yeah, you also probably shouldn't get a tattoo of a character who looks cool and is hyped up but hasn't debuted yet or fulfilled their story arc. Yeah. Um, okay, I might disagree here. They're saying Cloud, the devastatingly pretty main character from Final Fantasy VII Remake, might seem tattoo worthy right now in the cold light of the first game's riveting cliffhanger. Um, And sure, most gamers are aware of Cloud's story arc from the original source material released in '97. But Square Enix has proven it's not afraid to take some serious creative liberties with this reimagination. It's anyone's guess as to where Cloud's story goes or how much of an a-hole he could become. Yo, turn him into an a-hole. I'm cool with it. You're better off waiting until the remake series concludes in like 2046 or whatever. So here's the thing. I do think that because honestly, I think one of my next tattoos will probably be like a video game sleeve. I've actually been thinking about this for a while. It probably won't happen for a little while because I just got a big tattoo and I'm gonna need to save up some money before I get another one. But as far as like something like cloud, I bet there are a lot of people out there that have cloud tattoos, right? Um, and I think that's fine. There are a lot of people that are huge, huge, huge fans of original Final Fantasy VII, and so they probably have an amount of Final Fantasy VII related tattoos, and I think that's fine. But to say that like you should wait because they've started adding more to that series, I don't know about that. You can still be in love with the original game, and I mean you could say that for basically any video game content. Then you know what I mean? I don't know. Kappa tattoo. I think that's I think Pinky's getting that one, dude. I think Pinky's getting that one. So this is something you could literally say. I think the big thing to get across here is like maybe don't rush into a video game tattoo just because a new character just released. You just play the game and you're really enjoying the game. You're really enjoying one of the characters, and you're like, I want to get a tattoo of that character right now. Maybe slow your roll a little bit. Take some time to consider that before make a rash decision. But I mean, for anybody that's a video gaming fan and has been for a very long time, and it's a big part of their life, um, you know, taking something as you know vintage as original Final Fantasy VII and turning part of that into a tattoo or something, I don't think that's a big deal. You could literally take any game and go, well, you might want to wait because there's the potential for them to turn that into something new that you won't be happy with. You could say that about any game, really. Um, so when in doubt, catch them all. There you go. I'm gonna throw this in so everybody can read it. It's probably a great article through and through. I like tattoos, man. I've got an amount myself. I'm gonna be showing mine off here very soon, actually, on in the Discord. Um, it's almost totally healed up, so I'll be showing it off. Um, take your time. That's my big thing to say to people. Um, if you're planning on getting a tattoo, no matter how big or small, always keep in mind that's a permanent thing on your body, and finding a good artist to do it, somebody that you can relate to, and that you enjoy their work, because you can go look online at all kinds of different artists and stuff, and get a good look at what their art has to offer. And then if you find somebody that you think you're interested in, go to their studio, go to the studio they work at, and check out their portfolio. Most of the time, you can go to the studio themselves, and they'll have physical portfolios there for you to look at and get a better idea. Um, and then if you're really interested about working with that individual, that artist, on getting some work done, schedule a time to collaborate and talk with them about what you're wanting to have done, and if they're interested in getting, having and doing that work for you. I think that's the main thing. Um, don't just assume that every artist that does tattoo work is going to be interested in doing what you have in mind. All of them probably will because it's a business and making money. But I think the main thing to keep in mind is trying to make sure that whoever you're picking out to do the work is legitimately interested. Try to get a feel for. Inquire to them. Does this sound like something you're interested in doing? Is this sound like a fun project to you? And just gauge what it seems like their interest is in that. If they genuinely seem excited, you probably have a pretty good lock there on an artist. If they're just like, oh yeah, yeah, it seems like something I could take care of, and they're just like blah about it, might not be the right choice. You know what I mean? They'd probably still do a decent job, but maybe not quite to the extent of somebody that actually seems like they're really interested in what you have in mind, right? That's just what I would like to get across to people. Um, Moving on. Lollipop Chainsaw remake producer. What'd you say, gamer? 2 trophies. Change my character vocation and my main pawn vocation. Yeah. There is also a what is it? New game plus trophy, speedrun trophy, hard mode trophy. Get to level 100. Get to level 200. Sheesh. You don't have to get all the trophies, dude. I didn't know if you knew that or not. You don't have to. Kappa. Uh, Lollipop Chainsaw remake producer addresses concerns about changes. In case you somehow missed it, developer Dragami Games recently officially announced a remake of the cult classic video game Lollipop Chainsaw. 2012 video game notably involved Goichi Suda 51, Suda's grasshopper manufacturer, and had a story pinned by James Gunn. The announcement, which promised overhauled graphics and some unavoidable changes to the original, provoked a number of questions from fans, especially after it was revealed. I was like, what was that? I couldn't hear it very well. I said unacceptable. My bad, dude. My bad. Nice, man. Yeah. I thought that was something outside for a second. I was like, dude, somebody's yelling. uh, The announcement, which promised overhauled graphics and some unavoidable changes to the original, provoked a number of questions from fans, especially after it was revealed that Suda 51 and Gun have nothing to do with the remake. Now, Dragami Games is Yoshimi Yasuda, former CEO of Katakawa Games, an executive producer on the original Lollipop Chainsaw, has provided an update on the title to answer some of those questions. Quote, the primary goal of the Lollipop Chainsaw remake project is to make it so that players who wish to play Lollipop Chainsaw can do so easily, not to make a new Lollipop Chainsaw game. Statement from Yasuda reads in part, of course the ideal thing to do would be to make a remastered version of the original game, changing nothing. However, we were unfortunately unable to include 16 of the licensed songs, which were a great part of the original game's feel. So we were instead aiming for a remake that is as close as possible to a remaster. Huh. We believe that Lollipop Chainsaw's story is a huge part of what fans love about the original game, and we, the development staff, feel the same. Yasuda's statement continues, as such, the story will not be changed in the remake. Full statement goes on to note that the mention of the new graphics previously purely had to do with the use of advanced rendering technology available in current games consoles. Does not mean the aesthetics nor protagonist Juliet Starling's design will change. Additionally, while Yasuda notes that there have been questions about censorship, the team has not yet discussed that with platform holders and therefore doesn't have a definitive answer. However, they intend to make the remake as close to the original version as possible. Set to release in 2023 at some point. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure we will hear more as more comes out about the remake. Excuse me, guys. Um, Nintendo to acquire Dynamo Pictures and rebrand it to Nintendo Pictures. The acquisition and rebrand is expected to close on October 3rd. Nintendo has agreed to acquire Dynamo Pictures, a Tokyo based visual content producer, with the acquisition set to close on October 3rd. In the announcement from Nintendo, it outlines plans to acquire 100% of the outstanding shares of Dynamo Pictures and wholly own it. Given Dynamo's visual content creation nature of business, Nintendo claims this acquisition will enable it to strengthen the planning and production structure of visual content in the Nintendo group. Previous works by Dynamo can be seen on its website, and the CG computer-generated animation style lends itself well to Nintendo's existing works. Dynamo was established in 2011 and has since worked on movies, TVs, and games such as motion capture for Death Stranding, Persona 5, Monster Hunter World, and CG for Final Fantasy XIII 2, as well as working on anime series such as Netflix's Ghost in the Shell and movies like Aya and The Witch. Could spell an increase in animated series, whether that be movies or television, for Nintendo, after a Nintendo Studios copyright was spotted listed on the US copyright official site. Office site, excuse me, in June 2022. The listings appear to have been on the site for some time, but were only recently found by Twitter user Michael O2K. It's unlikely, though, that the acquisition has anything to do with the upcoming Mario movie, where the producers reassured potential viewers that Chris Pratt's Italian accent will not be offensive. His, I can only assume that movie's gonna suck. I don't know, dude. I don't know. You guys remember the old school Mario movies? I loved it. Evil Dead, the game releases Army of Darkness update, patch notes revealed. After several teases hinting at new content coming to Evil Dead, has anybody played this? The game, Boss Team Games. Yo, isn't Boss Team Games owned by Netflix now? And Saber Interactive revealed this week the full patch notes for the update centered around the Army of Darkness movie from the Evil Dead series. Those familiar with the film already have an idea of what that means, but to spell things out for everyone, patch notes detailed everything from a new map to more weapons, as well as a totally new game mode for players to experience. Hold on. Boss Team Games. That's different. Sorry. Boss Team Games. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Um, Given that this can be regarded as the first big update the game's gotten since its release, the patch notes accompanying this update are expectedly lengthy. That said, you can check out all the changes and new additions below that which make up the Army of Darkness update currently available for all players. New map, Castle Kandar, 2 new weapons, mace and explosive crossbow, new outfits for both survivors and demons, new game mode, exploration, added options to buy and customize screamers, and necromancer screamer image. New features, got push to talk, added effects for stunned units, added effects for the car when it disappears, added functionality in collection for when outfits and characters are not unlocked. Added settings, anti-aliasing, quality, motion blur, control sensitivity, performance mode, and fixed for 16 by 9 and 16 by 10 resolutions. Change the master of crossbow skill to affect all crossbows in the game, and general bug fixes. Ranged weapon damage changes, lots of them. Melee weapon damage, weapon dismemberment damage, support range change, possessed unit damage change, cars, possessed car percent of infernal energy subtracted per hit from 20 to 10, car damage to survivors 175 to 200, infernal energy units possession cost changes. Sorry, guys. Infernal energy units possession cost and events. Possessed units balances. Demon upgrade possession. They did all kinds of stuff here. If you're interested in the game, you play it or whatever. Here's the article for you to take a look at if you're interested in those changes. Unity merger under fire for Iron Source's malware ties. Iron Source's install core software is responsible for bundling adware in with other programs. Unity's merger with Iron Source has been heavily criticized by game developers due to Iron Source's development of a malware installer. Yesterday, Unity, the creator of the game engine with the same name, announced that it was merging with Iron Source, a business that currently helps developers monetize their apps. However, the acquisition has faced criticism from game developers who have pointed out that Iron Source is also the company responsible for Install Core, which is used to bundle software downloads with other adware, which can be very harmful to PC performance. Malwarebytes lists the software as a potential threat, says it is often served as updates for popular plugins like Java or Flash bundled with potentially unwanted programs and adware. On Twitter, software developer Andrea Gaeta questioned the decision. Wait, what? Unity is merging with a company best known for its malware delivery system? So popular that it has its own entries in VirusTotal? was blacklisted on Windows by Microsoft and was used to spread fake Flash installers through the Equifax site. A game engine is the thing that you use to build and distribute games to devices. The vendors of those devices, like Apple, need to trust that engine is not bundling bad things along with the game. Merging with a company that specializes in bundling malware is ellipses, continued Gata. On a blunter note, Celeste creator Maddie Thorson tweeted, man, flip Unity. You think really all Unity needs to do is keep its goodwill in games is continue to improve the engine and not get involved with comically evil villain level crap, commented Nuclear Throne developer Rami Ismail. Back in June, Unity fired approximately 200 workers to realign resources within the company. Wowzers. Okay. Yeah, that feels bad. The next Assassin's Creed game will reportedly be set in Baghdad. This is, I think, is Assassin's Creed 117, right? Assassin's Creed Baghdad. Assassin's Creed 117. The next Assassin's Creed game will reportedly be set in Baghdad, according to a new report. These claims come from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, who commented on a Reddit post responding to the claim the next Assassin's Creed game is set in the Aztecs. In Schreier's reply, it was instead revealed that the next AC game is Rift, which is set in Baghdad. Unconfirmed by Ubisoft at the moment. It wouldn't be too surprising if this was the case. If you've played AC Valhalla, you'll already be familiar with Basim, character who actually grew up in Baghdad. Considering that the next AC game, currently codenamed Rift, apparently started out life as a Valhalla expansion, this claim does have a lot going for it. This isn't all Schreier shared about Ubisoft's stealth game, though, as in the same comment, he also revealed, after that will be AC Infinity, and while that's going to include a bunch of different games, experiences, biomes, whatever you want to call them, I've heard about the main two, and neither of them are Aztec. Yo, Tabo, what's up, buddy? Not much else is known about Rift or Infinity other than the above. What we do know, though, is that Ubisoft is due to be hosting another online event that will unveil the future of AC in September. So maybe this is when we will finally find out more about these mysterious projects. I have not. I'll try to take a look, dude. Yeah, I got wrapped up in some stuff last night. I haven't really been able to check out Discord since yesterday morning, really. But I'll take a look. And I did get to take a look at what you put on there the other day about roles and stuff, and I'll hit you up about it. Okay? I like a lot of what you put in there. I have a few changes that I would like to discuss, and then we'll collaborate on it. Cool, buddy? Thanks, man. Pinky, what's up, dude? Kappa Kappa, dude. TMNT Shredder's Revenge sells over 1 million in its first week. Sick. You're making a 2K quality card of your own? Sick. TMNT Shredder's Revenge picked up a handsome 79% in our review. Not bad for what is essentially a 90s arcade brawler in 2022. Any shellhead will probably want to add a few points onto that for the warm fuzzies of seeing the boys back in action. Yeah, if you're of a certain age, this game's like a 90s kid's fever dream come true. Audience clearly thinks so too. Turtles may be an enormous franchise, but that doesn't mean the games always do gangbusters numbers. Rip and Pepperoni Mutants in Manhattan. Shredder's Revenge has done very well, with developer Tribute Games announcing that the game sold over 1 million copies in its first week on sale. That's awesome. Tubular toppings reminds me of these Turtles branded pizzas I once got by my mom to buy. They had apple on them. Absolutely disgusting, but I ate them anyway. That's the power of merchandising for you. Publisher Detimu added that, we can't thank you enough for your everlasting support. Working on TMNT was the challenge of a lifetime. Everything became possible thanks to Nickelodeon and the incredible work of Tribute Games. Shredder's Revenge is basically a threequel to the lineage of Konami's TMNT arcade game and its follow-up Turtles in Time. It's incredibly faithful to the style of those games while adding a whole bunch of more contemporary elements like dodge rolling and an OTT super attack system. It's not a game that will change the world, but for a few hours you'll probably spend in it. Total blast. Yeah, yeah. I have my best friend has played this and was like, dude, it's a lot of fun. I know other community members and stuff that have played the game and have said it's great, and I would like to play it at some point because it is very much old school Turtles, and I loved old school Turtles. Two leader cards, one 10 win Gwent standalone card, three unit cards, and two split. No way, dude. Are you serious? We're getting like a whole community deck going. That's awesome. Telling Lies devs new game Immortality delayed to August. That's awesome, guys. We're gonna have a whole new like Gwent deck built up. That's your goal? That's sick, man. Yo, I did briefly see your pictures of your Gwent board and cards and everything. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, we need at least 22 unit cards. Yeah. Oh, you know what we might have to do? We might have to get my son and daughter a card made up to where anytime you play one of them, the other one automatically gets pulled out onto the playing field. That'd be cool. We'll have to see what we can do. They would think that's really neat. Immortality, the next game for the minds behind Her Story and Telling Lies, has been delayed to August. Originally, Immortality was slated to launch. Yeah, a group card. Yeah. Slated to launch later this month across PC and console platforms alike. However, the new game from Half Mermaid, the studio headed up by veteran Sam Barlow, will now launch at the end of the following month on August 30th. We tried really hard to not do this, but turns out sim shipping on a bunch of platforms and bringing a half century long mystery into the light isn't easy. Barlow himself commented shortly after the delay announcement on his personal Twitter account. The game is so close and will be in your hands pretty soon. Okay. 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 However, we do have a few new screenshots to enjoy of Immortality after the delay announcement. You can see four brand new screens from the new narrative FMV game just below, which sure do successfully paint the picture of an enticing Hollywood set mystery adventure. Um, Telling Lies was actually first unveiled at our very own Future Game Show back in 2021. At the time, the reveal unveiled actor Marissa Marcel, who starred in three unreleased movies before subsequently vanishing into thin air. And it was also revealed Immortality would be more of a horror game than anything Half Mermaid had done before. If you're unfamiliar with Barlow and Half Mermaid's past games so far, we really can't recommend them enough. Her story was a brilliant narrative mystery game, and Barlow and company followed their excellent debut up with Telling Lies, which we awarded with 4.5 out of 5 stars in our glowing Telling Lies review. Telling Lies. Am I familiar with this? I mean, we already have an OA card. Have you not seen it? Have you not seen the OA card? What's up, Timwit? Oh, okay. Oh, that takes the template of the standalone game. Gotcha. I figured you might be meaning something like that. Huh. Okay. Well, okay, here's what's funny. mixed reviews of user ratings, and then they like 4.5 out of 5'd it. Modern card. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I need to look at everything that's been done. I didn't really, I wasn't able to like keep up with everything you guys were doing yesterday on Discord. I haven't really had a chance to check it out, but I'm intrigued and I need to take a look. Okay. There are actually some new sales on Steam. We'll take a look before we get into the gaming today. Okay. This is the last article I have. If you guys have anything else to add that might be pertinent to the news section, please let me know. And we'll address it before we end the segment today. Oh, okay. Gotcha. 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 Yeah, so the Sega has announced that it's releasing a second edition of the Genesis mini console in the US on October 27th. Company says this version is more powerful than the hardware released in 2019. It'll ship with a batch of over 50 games, and this time some of those will be Sega CD titles. Yes, Sonic CD and Shining Force CD are among them. The Genesis Mini 2 will be available exclusively through Amazon, where you can already place a pre-order for roughly $104. That's a weird price. Amazon is also charging $22 for shipping. The high costs are because U.S. buyers will be importing this from Sega of Japan. Yep. We had already read where Sega wasn't planning on releasing this in anywhere besides Japan. The hardware design is now based on the Sega Genesis Model 2. You're getting the 6-button gamepad instead of the 3-button gamepad that came with the original. Sega's list of titles announced so far include arcade hits like Outrun, Virtual Racing, Afterburner 2, Super Hang-On, and more. You can take a look at the partial list here. Sega says a never-released bonus game has also been added to the collection. In the box, you get the Sega Genesis Mini 2 console, one wired controller, a USB power adapter, a power cord, and an HDMI cable. The new device is slightly more compact than its predecessor, according to Sega. The company's latest miniature console was already announced in Japan, so it only makes sense for the Genesis branded version to come stateside. Sega did an excellent job with the first iteration, especially compared to the lackluster PS Classic. Hopefully, the Genesis Mini 2 will deliver a similarly great experience for gamers looking for a kick of nostalgia with some timeless Genesis classics. Yeah, apparently the Genesis Mini, the first Genesis Mini, was like the best-selling like retro console that has come out so far, I think, if I remember correctly. And therefore, Sega's like, well, let's do another one. This is I'll talk about something in a bit, but we'll end the news segment real quick. We'll end the news segment. I'm gonna keep that up for a second. So that'll do it for news today. Yeah. Um, Appreciate you guys. You're amazing. Thanks for being part of this community, part of today's news segment. If you're checking out this content on YouTube later and you're enjoying it, then consider hitting that like and subscribe button and leave me a content so we can have some discussion regarding any of these topics that we went over today that you would like to discuss, okay? Also, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day, where we start off all of our streams with video gaming news before we hop into our gameplay for the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for July 15th edition of Video Gaming News. All right?